start a business and then you apply for license to sponsor yourself, and your business can actually sponsor you. If you want to learn more about that particular topic, make sure to watch this video to the end. If you're an OG on my channel, you will know that I used to be much more active on my YouTube page till like 1 year ago when I stopped being active. That is actually because I started a business here in the UK. I mean, I ran a business for 1 year. Yeah, it's been over 1 year now since I started running a product-based business here in the UK. Just before you start your product-based business in the UK, especially selling on e-commerce platforms, here are 4 different mistakes I made. I mean, I wish I knew all this before I started. It's going to save you a lot of time, effort, money. Honestly, you should see it to the end. If today is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Miss Bimbo and I talk about navigating life here in the UK as a migrant, like my own personal experiences. So without wasting much of your time, you see, there are 3 main ways to make wealth or to build wealth. Work for other people, and that's what like 90% or 98% of us do. Like, we render services, we work for other people, we give them our time in exchange for salaries or wages, basically. Honestly, if you think that running a business is an escape from your 9 to 5, you're definitely wrong. The next way you can build wealth is when you invest. I mean, you invest in stocks and shares, you invest in properties, you invest in businesses. That way, about maybe, I don't know, I don't have any statistics, but basically less people use that route to build wealth. Building wealth with business or through investment is very risky. You can easily lose your money, you can easily lose your investment, and you can be lucky and make it. So it actually needs learning, proper learning from people who have been through what you're about to go through. You need clarity to become successful in business. Otherwise, you will use yourself as a lab rat and you're going to try for so long. You may eventually break even, but for some people, they never actually break even, and that's why they quit. You see, the third way you can build wealth is through networking. In people, building community. And I'm going to talk more about that, right? Because there is a way that investing and building community work hand in hand. Now, the first mistake you should avoid is, because you are a migrant that has moved to the UK, maybe recently, or you have probably been in the UK for a long time, the first thing that comes to mind when you want to start a business, especially the one that solves a problem, is what you can relate to. In my case, I started a ready-to-wear brand, and I didn't watch other people do it at first. It just came naturally to me because that was the first thing I could think of. Like, what kind of problem can I solve? I thought of, cultural gaps. And I thought, okay, let's sell African clothings, right? Please don't make that mistake. Always bear in mind that you're no longer in Africa, where people mainly wear African wears. And if you're thinking of long term, especially a business that you are able to scale and apply for license to sponsor, you want the one that will give you like real turnover. You want the one that is not really selective. You want a business that you can sell that product to everybody, especially because the Africans in the West, in the UK, in the US, anywhere else, are a minority. You're not targeting a lower demographic. You want your target audience to be, you want your target market to be as wide as possible, if you know what I mean. If the business idea that is coming to your mind is how to, sell African food, African clothes, anything African, I'm not saying it's not lucrative, but what I'm saying is you need a business that is scalable. You need a business that will give you the real money and will not stress you so much. And that leads me to the second mistake I made. Business ideas are the cheapest of all of the processes involved in running a business. So because an idea dropped in your mind, does not necessarily mean that you should jump right into it. Beyond just having a beautiful idea, which is like a dream, you want to strategically plan how you want to sell your products. If you want me to brainstorm with you on certain products that will do well for you, you can send me a message or just comment in the comment section. I didn't plan where to sell my product. The only thing on my mind was just to design outfits, just bring in the products. And that brings me to what is trending right now on the internet. A lot of migrants in the UK are talking about importing from China. Oh, China importation. Buy this. And guess what? So many people are stuck with products in their houses that are not selling. Let me tell you, when I brought in my product, I hit the ground running immediately because I just, from the few research I did, I saw that people were selling on TikTok shop. And so I started selling on TikTok page by going live, and subsequently I opened my TikTok shop and I started posting on TikTok shop. And trust me, that was exhausting. Coming live on TikTok shop is the best way to sell because customers can see your products in real time. They can actually build a relationship with you. You can build a community and they get to love your product. But then it is exhausting. And for certain products, especially high ticket priced products, they may not do as fast as low ticket products. It's mainly impulse buying. A lot of products that are cheap tend to move faster than when you're selling an outfit of 85 pounds, 100 pounds. The example I want to give is, at some point along the line, I designed my own website by myself. And yeah, I listed on my website. I used Shopify, by the way, and for the first 3 months it was all free. I didn't need to pay any subscription fee except like £1. And unfortunately, after about 6 months, I had to deactivate my shop because there was no sale. And I kept paying £25 and another £12 for about 3 months. So I had to deactivate my website. Just before you buy your products, please put pen on paper to decide, or you need to understand platforms. Where do you intend to sell this particular products you're about to bring in? Because sometimes different products do well on different platforms. So you really want to understand what does well on Shopify, what does well on Amazon, what does well on TikTok shop, what does well on Etsy, on eBay, on Vinted. You want to take time to understand each platform. That will help you decide what products you want to bring in, not after you have brought the product in, before you buy your products. So the third mistake I made was I didn't understand sales magnets. I didn't understand sales mechanism. I didn't understand how things happen in this UK. Back where we came from, you can literally just open your shop and people will come in. Family and friends know that you're selling and they will buy from you. But here, especially when you don't have a physical store and you mainly depend on online sales, you have to show up all the time. And depending on the type of product you're selling is what will determine how well you are going to show up. So if you're selling fashion like me, that you need to show people how it looks on their body, how it will make them feel, is more emotional. You can't just list somewhere static and go to sleep, especially because your product is not branded. It's not something that is worldwide, acceptable worldwide. It's not something that everybody knows already. I'm not selling Gucci or selling Fendi. So you have to keep showing up. But if you choose a product that is simpler, a product that is everyday essential need, sometimes you can just list on some platforms and not show up physically on live or anything like that, and they will sell. Truly, website works, and trust me, it is the best place to sell your goods because these e-commerce platforms, you can't 100% bank on them. I told you TikTok just deactivated my shop, right? So sometimes you violate their policies. There are so many policies, and it's like you're literally walking on eggshell. But on your website, you have more control. And if you want to sell on your website, you need to have an offer, because on other platforms, there are existing users there. But on your website is a completely new site. So you need to understand how you want to bring people into your website, either organically or by running ads. If you have watched this video to this point and you have any question, feel free to ask your question in the comments, and also do well to like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing and share these videos so that YouTube can push it to more audience and it can get to people who need it. The fourth mistake I made, which happens to be the last but not the least, I'll give you one extra, is the lack of proper documentation, or you could say the lack of system, right? So I started off as, a sole trader. As a sole trader, you don't have to do any documentation, you don't have to register with company house, you just start selling. And honestly, I did not document, like, how much is my expenses, how much did I spend on logistics, how much did I spend on production, how much did I did not document anything. I just trusted my brain, I trusted my phone, and I didn't document. So please try and document everything, especially if you don't have like a corporate account, like a limited company. And yes, I have a friend that has a limited company and called me, hello, how did you do it? Hey, I have to use accountant. The accountant is charging me £700. Please, all of these things are things you need to incorporate into your pricing right from the beginning. At some point, everything got muddled up. It was really hectic for me to start consolidating numbers, orders, all the things I've sold in the past 1 year. How much have I made? Honestly, I couldn't even like tell how much profit I had made. So my sister, my brother, business is not just about making sales. It's about tracking your numbers, your data, and making profits, reasonable profits. If I had to do TikTok shop again, I would go with like 2 or 3 designs. And those designs would be simple and the pricing would be very low with great profit margin. And then you can give like free samples and all of that. But when you have, like, as a ready-to-wear business, you have like 20 different designs, it's overwhelming. You become overwhelmed because you need to showcase each one. It will be hard. So if you're planning to start a business in the UK, US, in the West, basically, I will advise you. It's only a recommendation and it's unsolicited advice, okay? To pitch just 1 or 2 products and push it well, push it hard. Let it scale before you introduce complementary products. So tell me in the comments, what business are you planning to start as a migrant here in the UK? Or what business are you doing currently? How is it doing? Are you struggling? If yes, let me know areas you're struggling. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.